Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back for episode 7 of the F1 2020 My Team Career Mode. And today though, we head into this one with a little bit of a tricky message from the team. Currently we don't have enough cash to afford our teammates' contract renewal at the moment. I think it's still a few weeks away in all honesty. Contracts, yeah, so we've got 56 days to make another $390,000. So we do need to try and get that sorted as quickly as possible here. But heading though in towards quite possibly the strongest weekend of the year for myself. This Monaco Grand Prix is always a great chance to score some big points if you get the strategy right. It's probably one of my best tracks in terms of raw pace as well on F1, well, just in the previous F1 games as well. So hopefully we can have a good race this weekend. Quickly though, before we do that, we've got a few other things that we need to sort out, obviously in the build-up to the Monaco Grand Prix. We will go with, how much did that up them by? So we'll go with that, and then we also will go with some driver promotional filming as well. So an action-packed week before we head to Monaco. We've got 123 R&D points. We might get a couple of other bits and bobs back into the team though. There we go, 426k. So we're pretty much now at our teammates' contract. And let's head towards then the Monaco Grand Prix. Coming to the end then of practice, we are going to be able to get the purple score, 13th place, it reckons, from our qualifying time there. Rather happy if we manage to qualify there for this weekend. But yeah, just heading back to Monaco is always, you know, very nice on the Formula 1 games. It really does capture sort of the brutality of this circuit. You can see there all of the purple scores that we're aiming for. That should be about 500 R&D points, so maybe we can get another upgrade on the car. Got 868 R&D points on the board, so we could go for a small chassis upgrade. However, I'm just going to wait it out and go for the cylinder head one on the power unit instead. Let's head though to Monaco Grand Prix qualifying session, probably the best of the year. So here we are then, ready for qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix. Obviously, like I said, probably the most special qualifying session of the year, and also is the most important for its Grand Prix weekend. If you get pole here, you are halfway there to making your name in history. But let's see what we can do. First flying lap around this circuit. I'll probably end up showing off a little bit more qualifying footage around here in all honesty. I think attacking the hairpin is definitely the way to go around this track nowadays. Usually you want to avoid the curves, but clearly not this game. Down in towards the chicane. I think you can still ride the curb there. Yes, you can. It's because the back two wheels are still on the circuit. Just skimming the wall through to back. Down in towards the final couple of chicanes. Ride the curbs there as much as you dare. Try to get it stopped into Casino. Didn't quite do it. Sorry, not Casino. The Rascas even. Out of Anthony Nogues. Wheel spin in 4th gear. Up towards the line though. It's going to be an 11.7. 1/10 off Ocon. But only somehow Hamilton's between us. That's quite worrying by the Mercedes. Here we go. Second and hopefully last run then in Q2. Let's see what we can muster up. A little bit of curb through the first corner, but we didn't gain any time out of it, so we'll pretend the FIA didn't notice that. Second guess ourselves in towards, I think, is that Portier? Can't remember. I can never remember the corners around here. I know a couple, but not many. There as we snag the inside wheel. Just about get it rotated through though. Bit of wheel spin on the exit, down into to back. Again, second guessing ourselves ever so slightly. Obviously made a big mistake through Larascas first time round, skimming the walls on the exit of the swimming pool chicane. Hopefully we'll be able to find a bit of time through Anthony Nogues, avoid the wheel spin in 4th gear. There we go. We're going to be 7 tenths up as we come to the line. 8 tenths up in the end, and we go up to 5th place, separating the Red Bulls. I'll take that very happily. I was a little bit worried, obviously, with track evolution around this track, but we'll wait and see as to where we end up. We're 3 tenths down in Sector 1, 3 down in Sector 2, only a 10th down in the final sector from Valtteri Bottas there. And yeah, 5th place at the moment. Like I said, Monaco is always a really good track for ourselves, so maybe Q3 is possible? I don't want to get too optimistic. Let's see what the final results are. Hamilton on the cusp. Has he made it through? Annoying battle pass stuff in the way. Hamilton, yeah, does go through in the end anyway, but P6 at the end of Q1 there. Where did Jordan King qualify? 20th? What are you doing, man? What were we? 1.4, 1.5 seconds quicker? 1.2 quicker than our teammate there in the end. This car feels quite good around here, but clearly Jordan King feels differently about it. Not able to get the pace out of the car there. Both Haas cars, both Williams, my teammate, and Giovinazzi out in Q1. Here we go then, ready for my 1 lap in Q2. If we get through to Q3, obviously we get another set of softs to use. If not, hopefully we can better our 15th place from last week's Spanish Grand Prix. Second Q2 quali in appearance. Let's see what we can do. Again, ride the curbs through 1, try to get the power down on the exit. Nice and tidy up the hill. Let's see if we can nail a lap. Through the final corner. A couple of small mistakes here and there. Where is it going to put us, though? It's going to be a 1:10.9. Provisional 7th. Is that enough for our very first Q3 appearance in Formula 1? We only made it to Q2 for the first time last weekend, but that felt pretty hooked up. Come on, come on. Let's see if we made it into Q3 for the first time. Yes! There we go. P8 in the end. So it looks like we are currently sat as best of the rest there. A few tenths off the Mercedes of Hamilton on the medium compounded tyres there. So he's looking to go for an alternate strat in the Grand Prix. Bottas almost in the 109s. Are we going to see that from any of the qualifiers this time round? A 1:10.93 though. Very, very happy with that. You can see Ricciardo on a 1:11.0. Just sneaking through there. The Racing Point, both AlphaTauri's. The Renault of Ocon. Last weekend's winner, Lando Norris, down in P16. I don't think we're going to be seeing a repeat of his race win. And then Raikkonen all not making it through into Q3. We've got one final lap of qualifying then. Let's do this thing. Here we go then. One final Q3 lap here from Monaco. Let's see if we can try and qualify ourselves as best of the rest. Currently, Ricciardo holds the position. We're going to have to absolutely nail it if we want to try and improve. Bit of a mistake there. No, it's all over. It's all over. We're in the wall. Just dinked the wall on the exit there of the chicane. We got way too loose on the way in. And unfortunately, yeah, we were just trying to hang on to it there. As like I said, we only had one shot at qualifying to try and get out of the way of the Mercedes as best as possible here. Don't really want to be blocking people. They aren't on their qualifying laps yet, but not ideal. Gutted to end qualifying like that in the end. But we've got a couple of good laps hooked up. Going to be difficult to overtake though around here. We're running a lot of downforce in a bids for track position. But we will wait and see. Ready for the Monaco Grand Prix then. Let's do this thing.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today, though, ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk briefly about Lando Norris. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Albon, Sainz, Ricciardo, Perez, and Mr. Monaco, Stroll, Raikkonen, Pierre Gasly, and Ocon, Norris, Magnussen, Romain Grosjean, and Antonio Giovinazzi, King, Russell, Latifi, and Daniel Kvyat completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
So here we are then on the grid, ready for the Monaco Grand Prix. The jewel in the Formula 1 crown. Should be a fairly simple one stop here today, but it's never simple at Monaco. Who am I kidding? It's going to be a crazy, crazy race, I would have thought. If we don't get a safety car here, I will be very, very surprised. We've had safety cars in every race but the Dutch Grand Prix so far this season. It's more of a case of when, rather than if, it feels like, at the moment. But 39 laps ahead of us around this 2-mile track. We have a good chance of scoring some good points here today. Starting from 10th on the grid, let's try and keep it clean down into one and make it out in one piece. I'm ready then. Hopefully you guys are as well. Let's dive it in for the Monaco Grand Prix. Really, really looking forward to this race. But obviously it starts with a good start. Let's see what we can do. 5 red lights and it's lights out and away we go. Not up to a particularly brilliant one there. As you can see, a couple of the AI not making great starts as well. We'll try and keep on the outside of Lance Stroll. And in the end, we've gone round the outside of the racing point there. We'll get in front of him as we head up the hill for the first time. So up one place off the start of the Monaco Grand Prix is exactly what we need. You can see Verstappen and Leclerc going side by side just up in front. That's going to allow a lot of concertina and up as we head down the hill for the opening time in this Grand Prix. We will have a slip up the inside of Ricciardo. Yellow flags just come out after we make the move work. And there's a safety car.
No overtaking, reduce your pace.
Well, I'll be honest,
Number positive as we form up.
that didn't... Well, that happened a lot quicker than I was expecting it to in this race, but there seems to be a bit of a pile-up, actually, in the hairpin by the looks of it. I think one of the racing points has had issues, but we hold on to a good position there. I think, to be honest, if they can't sort themselves out, I'm tempted to pit the end of this lap, go on to a set of mediums, and then see how they go. Actually, no, I don't think it's worth it at the moment. We'll claim track position. Pierre Gasly's been disqualified. How on earth has he managed that? I've not seen that in a long time as well in the F1 career mode. F1 2020 really does throw everything at you at the moment, it appears.
Safety car is in this lap, safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there is no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Safety car in then at the end of lap 3. It wasn't a particularly long one, but we're getting ready to go once again here from Monaco. Hopefully we can get the tyres up to temperature, try and do a couple of burnouts, get a little bit into the rears, but it's green flag racing once again then. here from the Monaco Grand Prix. Now we can try and settle down into a rhythm and hope that we get a few laps under our belt.
Gap to teammate behind is 8.7 seconds.
Bit of a trim through the first corner, but yeah, we're just trying to make sure everything's working as it should be. Can't help but already feel we're starting to fall victim of the difficulties of Monaco here. We're all over the back of Sainz, but we haven't got enough straight line speed to get past him. We seem to be able to close up in a couple of places, but not in the places we want to be able to at the moment. I don't want to spend all day looking at Husky Chocolate, I'll be honest. See, look how much we gain through Larascas there. And then look how much we lose on the front straightaway. Yeah, that time around it's not too bad, but we're basically just going to have to try and get a mega run at the final corner. And don't do that into one. That was scary. We've definitely got the potential to get past Sainz. I just have to try and see if we can get an error out of him out of Anthony Noakes. That'll probably be our best chance. Or, on the other hand, we go for an under or an overcut, depending on how the tyres are feeling. Oh, Sainz, mistake there. This might be a golden opportunity for us. Up the inside, into the tunnel. Scary place to be, but we'll see if we can get it hooked up. What are you doing, man? You've got to give us some room. Around the outside, though, we'll slam the door shut on him. And we've done it. Up to P7 of the Monaco Grand Prix, though. I was just saying about how we needed Sainz to make a mistake. And we'll leave him and Ricciardo to try and battle out behind us. Now, we can try and settle into a good rhythm without any dirty air. Coming then to our pit-in lap. We've sort of been in a weird position these last few. We've been pulling away from Ricciardo behind, but losing time to Albon in front. So we're just slowly making ourselves a nice open gap in this Grand Prix. And to be honest, if there's one track where you want a nice calm race, it's here at Monaco. Coming down final corner, make sure we don't do what we did last time out in Spain and pick up a pen. Slow down. Just about get it stopped in time. Into the pit lane. Just going to see one of the Red Bulls, Mercedes and Ferraris each in. We definitely shouldn't get jumped by anyone with a bit of luck, but hopefully we can just get out in some clean traffic once again. Let's wait and see. Hopefully a nice tidy pit stop. 1.9 again, holy moly. That's the second time this season the team have given us a 1.9. There's our teammate Jordan King. And we're going to come out in P18 just ahead of... Oh, sorry, just behind, I should say, Lance Stroll. Ricciardo and Sainz in the pits behind us. Well, it hasn't taken us long before we're now stuck behind slower cars here. I don't really know what our attack strategy should be at the moment there as Stroll sits through the final couple of corners. Hopefully we can try and get past him as soon as possible in this Grand Prix. Yeah, I'm going to get worried that we're going to get held up and potentially lose out on some places. Are we close enough to potentially think about going for a send up the inside into the hairpin? Yes, we are. Up the inside of Lance Stroll we go. You just got to try and really not take any prisoners at the moment, because this is a great chance for us to close up some time on some of the AI. Thought about going up the inside of the AlphaTauri into the final couple of corners there. Can we get a run out of the final turn? A bit of wheel spin, but we are close enough potentially. No, I haven't quite got enough top end speed. Kvyat goes defensive on us anyway. Can we get the run out of the first corner? Yes, we can. Up the hill we go. We're still on the outside of the Russian. Try and get as close to the outside wall as we dare, but we've done it. Right around the outside of the AlphaTauri into Casino Square. Things you love to see. Nice that obviously you can still try and get overtakes done around here, but even better when you can do them in different places. Up the inside of Norris we go. We're just taking every chance we can at the moment, and we're up another spot. Next up is our teammate Jordan King, who makes a bit of a mistake there. Hopefully he gets out of the way of us. I'm sure, well, we are the team manager. We should be on the radio going, get him out of the way. We need to get round him, but I don't think that's quite how it's going to work, unfortunately. We shall wait and see. Can we try and get the run on our teammate at the final corner? Hopefully we're close enough. He doesn't actually have any DRS on anyone. But unfortunately, not there as Albon tries to go for a scruffy move on Russell. We're going to get the run up the hill, though, on our teammate. Can we do what we did to Kvyat just a lap ago? Try and get later on the brakes, hook it up around the outside. Yes, we can. We're over to P14 of the Monaco Grand Prix. And look at this, Albon. Really, really now getting held up behind George Russell. This is why you got to try and make the moves on the AI, because sometimes they get stuck behind other cars. You can try and do something about it. Round the outside through the hairpin. That wasn't what I had in mind, to be honest. I was going for some free space, but we've done it. We're round Albon, and we're over to P13. Can we go for a send up the inside? No. Trying to look around the outside of Larascas. AI way too slow there. Up the inside through Anthony Noakes. Very, very aggressive move, but we pulled it off.
You're into P12.
Up into 12th place once again. Seems that Verstappen is getting held up by Latifi and the other Williams. Things you love to see. We need to try and get past Verstappen before Latifi pits in this Grand Prix. Latifi going a bit defensive on the Dutchman through turn 1. Verstappen going very, very slowly. Going to be all over the back of him as we head up the hill. Or he tries to have a look up the inside of Latifi, gets the door slammed shut, round the outside of the pair of them. We're past, and we're up another couple of spots. Verstappen gets past him as well, but we're now ahead of both Red Bulls in this Grand Prix, and that is, well, not quite on pace alone, but we are ahead of them on track. We are in a net lead ahead of them as well. Monaco always throws up surprises, and hopefully it will continue throwing surprises in my favour. Yellow flags out. No idea who's that for. We'll get a good look in just a second. It's one of the McLarens. It's Carlos Sainz at the Grand Prix. And another safety car. We've got to take track position. We can't afford to lose out on track position. This might give a huge advantage to some of the AI here as they dive into the pit lane. A couple of drivers like Giovinazzi, I think it is, and the Haas cars might be able to make big gains out of this, having stayed out so far in this Grand Prix. Hopefully we'll be able to get past them all. Yes, we will. So we are still now up into P5 of the Grand Prix, but I'm a bit worried a few other cars further down are going to get screwed. My teammate Jordan King dives in, however, as well. That's good to see, but I'm in a net 5th, actual P5th, whatever you want to call it, in the Monaco Grand Prix. Let's see how much more we can get out of this. End of lap 21, then we've got 18 to go here from the Monaco Grand Prix. We've made the halfway stage with only 2 safety cars so far, but it is going to be green flag racing once again. Around about now, we're up into P5 of the Grand Prix. I think we're going to be hard pushed to try and get anything more out of this, unless we see some reliability issues for the cars in front. But let's see if we can defend from the Red Bulls. Very, very cold rubber as we head into turn 1 for the first time. No rotation through the front wheels, but Albon even, I should say, is going to try and have a bit of a look around the outside. Not happening this time, buddy. A lot of wheel spin on the exit. He's still there, in fact. Gonna have to slam the door shut here, though. Thank you very much. Team talking about using rich revs as well. We've lost a lot of time to Charles Leclerc just up the road, but I think, yeah, we're going to be spending a lot of the second half of this Grand Prix defending. End of lap 25, we are pushing like absolute crazy to try and stick with Charles Leclerc at the moment. That's a lot of wheel spin out of the final corner. The gap's hovering still at about a second, so I've been quite impressed with how well we've been able to keep up with him so far. So we, again, trim turn 1, we're gonna call it that. But obviously we need to try and get these tyres to the end of the Grand Prix as well. They should be okay on the wear front. It's more just about trying to monitor the temperatures and everything like that. And the best thing to do that is by being calm and sensible. However, if there's any chance at getting past Charles Leclerc, I really want to take it if possible, I'm going to be honest. Because that would mean we're only 1 spot off the podium. And if there's any way you want to pick up silverware, it's of course here at the Monaco Grand Prix. The dirty air now really, really starting to affect us if we sit behind Charles for too long. At the moment, it's one of those horrible things where we lose a bit of time and then we can close back up again. It appears that we've dinked the front wing somewhere, not too sure where that happened. Let's have a look how bad it is. Tiny bit on the right hand side there. 11 laps to go here from Monaco. I don't want to try and call it too soon, but we probably should be thinking about consolidating the 10 points in our best result of the season. Coming on to lap 30 then of the Grand Prix, the tyres are starting to go off a little bit as well, and yeah, just that little bit of front wing damage, probably actually for the best, has meant that we've dropped away slightly from Charles Leclerc, but it seems crazy the first 7 races of this season so far. It's been such a roller coaster. Australia, a fairly okay opener. We learned a lot about the car, everything like that. Bahrain, we got lucky in the safety car. We were able to score our first points of the year. That was always going to be a big hurdle that I wanted to try and cross off as early as possible. Then we went to Vietnam. Again, another late race safety car completely changed that race, and it allowed us to score again good points on the board. We then went to China, and funnily enough, a late race, well, actually it wasn't quite a late race safety car, it was a mid-race safety car. We took a strategy gamble, and it paid off, and we put more points on the board. 2 races ago, though, at Zandvoort, we were only better than the Williams again. We've basically gone back to Australia in terms of performance. Now, it wasn't helped by a very, very worn-out engine, but yeah, wasn't a good race weekend on the whole, and I felt, right, that's going to be now. We're going to struggle throughout the next few Grand Prix. Monaco, though, always a good track for myself, but that doesn't take away the craziness of the Spanish Grand Prix as well. That race was absolutely insane, just in so many ways, at the end of the day. And here we are at Monaco, with 9 laps to go of this race, and pretty much on pace. I'd argue on pace we should be P6 behind Albon, but even now we're pulling away from him, and he's not closing back up the gap, so I feel like we're here on pace alone. And some people might think, obviously, it's a bit crazy, a bit unrealistic, but it only ever really happens at Monaco for me, I'll be honest, boys, so we may as well soak up and enjoy it at the moment. Like I said, 8.5 laps to go here. Let's try and bring this thing home. 5 laps to go here then from the Monaco Grand Prix. And that thing I said about Albon not closing in on us, yeah, that's kind of changed, I'll be honest. He hasn't gone for anything or been anything like that, but he has just been sat in the mirror. And obviously with the virtual mirror nowadays, puts you under a little bit more pressure. You just see the Red Bull nose, that yellow tip nose, just in the way every once in a while there. You just see it in your peripheral vision. But we're trying to hold on to the end of this Grand Prix. If we beat him today, surely that means we're better than Haas and Rich Energy. You know, we're officially better than Red Bull if we could beat him at Monaco, surely, at the moment. But yeah, 5 laps to go here. Let's try and bring it to the flag. More yellow flags out with 4 to go. Who's that about that we're going to see fall to the wayside? It's one of the racing points by the looks of it, going slowly through the tunnel. Don't know who it is. I'm going to guess Stroll. But yeah, I really don't know for sure. Is it a DNF? Yes, it is. Sergio Perez, though. And another safety car with 3 to go.
We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty.
Right.
Slow down.
I don't know what's going to happen here. We've only got 3 laps to go to the end of the race. Is it going to be safety car to the finish or what?
Thanks.
So that answers our question. Then we're going to get a 1-lap safety car here, which kind of feels very, very pointless, because it hasn't really allowed anyone to catch up. Getting ready, though, to go racing. 5-second penalty with Leclerc. Yeah, we're going to do that, I'll be honest. Some of those weird 5-second penalties, to be honest, I didn't even realise we made contact with him there. So we're going to be a bit cheeky. I'm not going to deny that, but I don't want a weird little 5-second penalty, you know, that didn't really feel there was much we could have done. Didn't even notice we'd done it, to be honest. Unlike the pit lane speeding one. But anyway, let's go racing then once again here from Monaco. 2 laps to go here of this race. We've still just got to aim to bring it home ahead of Alex Albon in the Red Bull car. Up into Casino Square for the penultimate time. Try and get the car rotated through as best as possible. This is a good chance for Albon to get past us with how much better the AI seem to be on restarts. However, we were only running at below racing speed for about half a sector, so it's been a little bit of a weird one, I'll be honest. Had barely any of the AI been able to catch up as well. I think Ricciardo sort of caught up by the time we were green flag racing again. But anyway, Charles Leclerc, though, still ahead of us. It looks like Mercedes are finally going to get their first race victory of the season. I think that's been the longest wait for them into a season since, what, 2000? Well, yeah, since their first win back. So it must have been 2011 that they've, well, and then even then, obviously, they never actually won a Grand Prix that year. So it's been a bit of a crazy season so far for Mercedes. Ferrari have won races. Ferrari have won basically all the races. The only person that's been able to stop them, of all people, was Lando Norris. But on to the final lap then of the Monaco Grand Prix. The back end's still all over the place.
This is your
But let's just try and bring it home for the final 2 miles of this track. It's always a joy to race here. You can't beat a bit of Monaco at the end of the day. I love this place. It's so much fun to race around. Watching it, normally not so good, but I like to think we put on quite a good show here today as we're just going to sit in front of Alex Albon in his Red Bull. You know, we made quite a few daring overtakes up the inside, around the outside of it, in a few different places. We definitely proved you can overtake at Monaco, despite obviously these massive Formula 1 cars at the moment. But down into Portier for one final time, into the tunnel for the last time here. And it's always quite sad on the final lap of this Monaco Grand Prix, knowing you're going to have to do a full season before you can head back here. It's always a great chance of some good points for me. Probably, like I said at the beginning, my strongest track on the Formula 1 calendar. And hopefully from this video, for those new subscribers, you can see why. Really, really do love this place at the end of the day. Into the final sector, though, Hamilton, I think, is going to come through to finally take his first race victory of the season there. Bottas is going to make it a Mercedes 1-2. Yep, there we go. Ferrari 3rd and 4th, and we're going to come through for our best result of the season. It's 5th place here at Monaco. That is exactly what we needed.
At the end of the race, we'll see you in Parc Fermé.
That's it then for another nail-biting Monaco Grand Prix. We were on the edge of our seats the whole time, but they've come through to take a stunning victory. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
So there we are then, the end of the Monaco Grand Prix. We're going to get the battle pass before we hear from Crofty and Ant, who are their drivers of the day.
Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Our championship leader is still sat at the top of the standings, but their rivals have made up some solid ground today. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. The multiple world champion may be the boring choice at this point, but you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The current championship leaders still hold top spot, but that gap is getting smaller. Meanwhile, good work from the owner drivers team this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula 1. Be sure to join us for the next one.
So there we are then, the end of the Monaco Grand Prix, and I think the first time I've seen the game picked Danny Kvyat as the driver of the day, but Ant was having none of it and went with Lewis Hamilton when all is said and done there. But I'm sure the Mercedes man very, very happy with that. Pole position, fastest lap, and race victory there. If I'm not mistaken, I think he led every lap as well at the end of the day. Bottas makes it a Mercedes 1-2, so perhaps we are seeing a return to form from them and a bit of a change of the tide against Ferrari there. Seb picks up the final podium place there with Charles Leclerc. I'm sure gutted to miss out at his home race event there. Myself, though, 10th to 5th at the end of the day. Very, very happy with that. We got a bit lucky with some of the lap traffic there, or I shouldn't say lap traffic, slower cars helping us out, blocking the Red Bulls, everything like that. But Albon did finish only half a second behind us in P6. Raikkonen in 7th there, ahead of Ricciardo, and Grosjean picking up points for Haas there as well at the end of the day, with Ocon making it a Renault double points finish there. Gio just misses out ahead of Magnussen, Kvyat there, and last weekend's winner Lando Norris didn't quite have the same luck this time around there. 14th from 15th on the grid. My teammate Jordan King, though, in P15. At the end of the day, he managed to beat Max Verstappen this time around, do for some reason pit rather late on into the Grand Prix there. George Russell in 17th ahead of Lance Stroll and Nicholas Latifi there, with Perez, Sainz and Pierre Gasly all not making it to the end of the Grand Prix there. Drivers' Championship-wise, though, that means Charles Leclerc's lead at the top's been cut down to just 22 points. Hamilton moves himself back up into 3rd place overall in the title fight there. He jumps past Bottas and Albon. Raikkonen, with that good result, jumps past Ricciardo, Ocon and Lance Stroll. And then further down the order, you're going to see Grosjean now leaves the 0-point squad there. He jumps past his teammate, as well as our teammate Jordan King, up onto the board. So in terms of the Constructors' Championship then, we move ourselves up into 5th place there, 2 points ahead of Racing Point and Renault. They're very, very happy with that one there. Ferrari still lead the way, though, by 67 points over Mercedes. Red Bull, another torrid weekend for them, means they have dropped a lot of ground there. McLaren still best of the rest, with Williams now the only team yet to score. Thank you all so much for watching this video and for the continued support on this series. I cannot thank you guys enough. I'm loving F1 2020 career mode so far, and I hope you guys are as well. And we will be back tomorrow ready for round 8 of the season, where we head to Canada.